Hi, it's Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style, coming to answer your colour and style questions. How do I look smart without being too formal? So this is an interesting question, and I think one of the things you need to do first is define what is too formal for you, because one person's too formal is somebody else's not dressed up enough. So I want you to think about, well, what does too formal mean? In what environments do you feel you could easily get too formal? And then, so thinking about that. So first of all, you want to define that. Have a look around at what are other people wearing that you think they look really stylish but not too formal. Note what kind of fabrics are they wearing, what kind of structure, what kind of style, what kind of details, because that'll help you get a handle on the specifics of what you could potentially put together if you're thinking too formal. Look around at the people you think they're too formal, and then look at what they've got. So what kind of fabrics do they have? And this is where you can start to look at the levels of refinement. So go over to the blog and just type in levels of refinement. You'll find a bunch of blog posts about this concept. It's one of the kind of principles of coordination. And levels of refinement is basically kind of how we can kind of structure clothing into three levels of refinement. So our bottom level, our level 3, is our what I call outdoor leisure. So it's clothes you would wear to outdoor leisure activities, and whether it's going for a walk, watching the football on the weekend, going for, like doing some exercise, going camping, going gardening, all that sort of stuff, outdoor leisure clothes. And it could even be a very casual barbecue, but we're talking about the most relaxed kind of clothes. Our next level up is our level 2, and that is our kind of everyday casual to smart casual. So it's a bit more refined than our outdoor leisure. But it's still that kind of everyday. And most of us, I think, spend a lot of our lives in this level 2 level these days. And so many workplaces are this now too. It used to be that more workplaces were level 1, but really these days I see more workplaces are in the higher end of the level 2, because of course you can still kind of grade things up and down there. So you're level 2. So it's kind of, your smarter jeans, your, nicer knits, your, like softer jacket. It's not your really formal things. It's your slightly less formal things. I think, most of what I wear, if you look at the blog, I would say I'm a level 2 dresser. So everything I wear would pretty much fit in level 2. Then our level 1 is our more formal wear. So there's two versions, formal business and formal evening. So, we can know about evening wear. You think about, you add more sheen and sparkle to your outfit. You add more, more formality to that, more structure too. I think about our formal business. Again, it's more structured, more formal, more woven fabrics, more fitted in many ways. And, things like hosiery and all that sort of stuff comes into it. So we've got those 3 levels of refinement. So knowing that your level 2, maybe, the top end of your level 2 is smart, but it's not overly formal. Once we get into that level 1, we're starting to get into the much more formal. So it's looking at going, well, if I want to bring in a blazer with my jeans, I'm adding a level 1 piece with a level 2 look. And that can work because I've got both those elements together. But if I add in a blazer and then I add in a really sparkly necklace and I add in a satin shirt and then I add in a kind of pair of very formal high-heeled shoes, I'm starting to maybe add too much formality. So looking at those levels of refinement and going, I can add a touch of one above, or I can just sit at the top end of that, like well-dressed but not overly formal, and then I'll feel comfortable, stylish, put together, but not overly formal. So have a look at those levels of refinement, figure out what for you means too formal, and then figure out what it is that you like to wear. And also too is looking at that kind of that level 3, making sure you don't go down to that level 3. So the more chunky and kind of rugged a piece of clothing is, the more it starts fitting into level 3. So your regular sneakers and all that sort of stuff end up in a level 3. So looking at getting that right level of formality and refinement for you so you feel comfortable and stylish, but not overdressed, not underdressed.